Undead Unluck. This is Undead Unluck chapter 104. Your ability is... It's like a lot of ability reveals here. Last we left off, Andy was facing off against the regulation known as Seal, which is basically God's way of being like, I'm not playing this game anymore. Here's your ultimate weakness.
Seal.
And Seal just spent the last chapter whooping Andy's ass up, down, and around town.
He sure did.
And he just recently sealed away the new character whose name I forget.
Sally.
Her name's Sally?
No. I'm going to go look for it.
I would have bought it. I would have been like, Sally. I'm going to look for it too. Lucy.
Yes.
Not too distant.
Something, right? It's not. It doesn't. It's not the same at all. But it's not like distant. Thank you. It wasn't a complete bullshit call.
No, not at all.
Came from somewhere. Thanks, thank you.
Not bad. So yeah, he just keeps digging away at Andy, just like sealing various parts of his body, just torturing him, just looking for his core.
Yeah.
He's like,
where is it?
And then he sneezes. And that's when Andy starts laughing. He's like, well, look at that. Even you amaze can catch colds. And then he looks down and he sees one of the talisman on him that says unhealthy. And he's like, so that's why he thinks of Lucy.
It does say unhealthy. I thought that was just...
Jesus.
I'm not going to say I thought it was Japanese. I thought it was some fictional,
talisman language. Sometimes they're just like scribbles. It's talisman language.
I thought.
Okay, so he's like, so that's why. And then Andy just like pushes himself into one of the seals. He's like, see you later, Seal. And then that's when Seal's like, what a weakling. It's hard to fathom why God sent me to deal with such a mediocre negator.
Does that say towel? Does that say towel in the shoulder? No, I'm trying to read these shits.
Towel. Jewel.
Oh. It's spelled... Okay, it starts from the bottom and goes up.
Yeah, it goes up so he can read them.
Oh, that does make sense. It does make sense, Chris.
Anyway.
All right.
So, yeah. He says he senses that someone is close by and he flies off. And meanwhile, inside of Seals, Andy wakes up. And so is Lucy. Lucy's there too, and they're just like stuck there. Apparently you don't die when you get sealed up. You just get sealed up.
Yeah, in Majin Buu's chamber.
Yeah, that's exactly right. He's in Majin Buu's chamber. And Lucy is just like, oh my God, if I wasn't so weak, you wouldn't have gotten caught. And Andy's like, well, I was losing, so,
I mean,
you had nothing to do with it, dude.
I ain't gonna lie, I just got mopped up myself, so I don't think you had anything to do with that.
And he's like, well, that reminds me. I never introduced myself, did I? I'm the negator of death. Andy the Undead. And he's like, well, and I think you're a negator too. Get a load of this. Lucy, you are unhealthy. She negates all forms of healthiness in herself. That sucks. That's a shitty superpower to have.
Right. That is pretty lame.
Unless it's this circumstance specifically. And Andy's like, no, actually, I couldn't do anything against Seal, but you managed to blindside him. And she's like, oh, cool, let's trade.
No. Not that we can't, just no.
No, just I refuse. And then Andy asks what that round thing in the center of Majin Buu's chamber it is. And she's like, well, it turns out if you touch that, your powers go to the outside. And then we get a demonstration of that as, I guess, magma gets pushed over to the light as he's just burning like, on this thing. I guess it's hot and painful.
I think that's Storm.
Is that Storm?
Because he's flying on the storm cloud.
True. Yeah, he uses a storm cloud, flies over, and she's like, wait, then how did you touch it? And she's like, huh? I didn't touch it. He's like, but when I was gonna get caught, he's like, oh yeah, that thing, it was shining and pretty, so I went and then her soul leaves her body, and then touches the thing, causing Seal to sneeze on the outside. The fuck?
Yeah. I did not. I don't know what the fuck being a ghost has to do with being unhealthy, because it sounds like being dead.
Yeah. Do you die? Can you just kill yourself?
I just feel like being dead is beyond unhealthy. Right?
Isn't
that like...
It's the unhealthiest you could possibly be.
Yeah.
It's the absolute unhealthiest that you can possibly be is dead. And because Ghost exists, maybe that's why.
Right. Oh, that is a new thing. So wow. Is it like in a conjunction, or so maybe everyone
she just kills herself, turns herself into a ghost, touches the thing, and then goes back into her own body because she's a ghost and she could do that?
Wow. Yes. Because the ghost took Fuko away.
And then I guess they're seeing that they can just like bring ghosts back into people's bodies.
Yo, imagine that she makes herself so unhealthy that she dies.
That's what I'm saying.
Yo, no, that's what I was imagine. I'm like, yo, that is so funny, man.
She kills herself with her own sickness.
I hope that's what it is. I really hope so, because that sounds so crazy. But then she shit her pants every time.
Yeah. Her bowels will release.
Every time.
Every time.
Every time.
Anyway. That's when Seal lands, and the chapter ends where he comes into this vampire's castle, and is like, "You're the one who was given powers of regulation like me, the one who will be king of the negators." As Unruin is just, I guess, finishing with some asshole like there. Just like, yeah, I sunk my claws into you, made you a weird zombie thing, and that's where the chapter ends.
Brother.
Josh, what did you think about this chapter?
I actually enjoyed it. Like, this was another good week, and I like when Undead Unluck is enjoyable. I didn't expect him to get himself sealed, but this is cool. I'm interested in the Negator Girl and what the ghost spirit is about. I wonder if they're about to fight.
Yeah, I wondered. That'd
be cool.
They both have suns on their chest.
Yeah, they're both like the sun's children or something.
They were both like
summoned
ordained
at the
by
same
God,
time, right?
Like they're both agents of God.
Right. But he says that he wants to be king of he wants to be king of Umas. He's going to be king of the Gators.
Yes.
So they're supposed to be a
hand
unit.
in hand.
But this guy's probably going to be an extreme edgelord and say, I don't need no help. God, it's only me.
You think I need help from a negator? Well, you need...
From a goddamn backwater Uma. You fucking...
Yeah.
Uma trash.
You
were born second.
Yeah. You're the younger one. Haha. And you're a mummy, so fuck you. I don't know. I like this chapter also. The ghost thing is kind of funny. The idea, if that's what's happening here, that's pretty funny. That she kills herself and then
just because ghosts exist, so anyone could technically do it except for Andy, since he can't ever die.
Yeah, I guess.
Right.
If she kills herself with her own negation, and then retransfers her body back,
then you come back alive and cancel out the damage you did to yourself. And the shit you release from your bowels comes back.
Your permanent brain damage of shutting off and on again.
Yeah, that's a thing. That's right. That's why once you start flatlining,
it's a manga.
Over. Anyway,
what are you gonna do?
What you gonna do?
But I like this chapter fine. It was entertaining to say the least. I do like the unhealthy thing. It's cool. It's like a cool little solution thing. She's just gonna make them throw them up. I don't know what the hell she's gonna do. Give them dysentery. But that's all I got to say about it. Are you done with your closing shots?
Yeah.
Well, yeah, that was Undead Unluck.